Hi, welcome to the Cozy Reverie podcast. I'm your cozy host, Trisha, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how I've been glowing up this summer. So, a few months ago, I noticed myself in the mirror and I was starting to notice some dead ends. I was noticing my skin wasn't glowing. I didn't really like the shape of my eyebrows. There were just some things that I was starting to kind of not feel confident about, I guess. I think it was really affecting my confidence, and I think that taking care of yourself can really boost your confidence. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I definitely have like a standard of beauty that I don't think is super high. I just like to see that I am taking care of myself, and it makes such a subtle yet powerful difference when I do these things. So, I'm going to share with you kind of what I've been doing the last couple months to help boost that confidence and get back into feeling good about myself and the way I look. Because even though looks can be superficial, I think there is a certain degree to which it's important to take care of yourself. So, the first thing I did was I trimmed off my dead ends. You guys, I was really putting this off because I'm trying to grow my hair out. But then I had also applied some heat to my hair, which I am really proud of myself. I have not done since I trimmed my hair, I think 3 weeks ago. So I've gone 3 weeks, no heat, and I'm looking into heatless curl styles. I'm looking into more healthy ways to style my hair. Heat is just so easy and it takes very little time and it's like a cute style, but I know that is what contributed to me cutting off so much of my hair that I was trying to grow out and now it's so much shorter. But yeah, getting that little trim, I just look in the mirror now and I see my hair, I get compliments on my hair and I feel so much better. It just feels cleaner, it feels lighter, it feels healthier. And yeah, it's not as long, but I'd rather have clean, healthy, vibrant hair than long, dead end hair. And I'm just going to continue to take care of it now. I feel way more motivated, and I will probably end up using heat on my hair sometimes, but I'm going to be a lot more careful about it. The next thing I did was get back on a consistent skincare routine. So I have been cleansing and moisturizing, and that is it. And that is honestly enough for most people. But I have I don't know, my skin's gotten better with time and with age, but I just like to take a little bit better care of my skin. And I'm still not where I want to be with like all the things I used to do, all the bells and whistles, like exfoliating and using retinol and all the cool things. Like when I used to work in beauty, I had like all the products, but I did add a couple more products back into my routine. So I've been doing a face mask once a week, which I think has been helping immensely. And I've just been doing different kinds. I've been doing like hydrating ones, I've been doing anti inflammatory ones, skin clearing ones, because I do have, you know, some acne. I'm almost 35 years old. I thought acne would end when I was like 20, and that is so funny to me looking back because it has just traveled around my face with my hormones changing. I definitely don't have as much as I used to, but I do still struggle with breakouts sometimes. So, the face masks have been helping with that. I still cleanse daily. I added in a toner and then I want to say it's like an essence. It's like a really thick not like it's similar to a serum, but it goes on right after the toner and it's a snail mucin base, which I have always found works really well with my skin. So I'm still keeping it very simple, but just adding in a few more steps to my routine, I think has helped. I do notice a difference in my skin. It looks healthier, a little more vibrant, not so dull, and I'm feeling more confident about my skin. I definitely want to get back into exfoliating, but I like really expensive products sometimes. And I know you don't have to spend a lot to get quality. So I'm trying to make some um, compromises, but we'll see. And then I also like using a retinol, but like I said, haven't gotten back into those yet. I'm kind of just trying to get back into a consistent routine, and it's helping a lot. The next thing I've been doing is I've actually been doing these for a while, but I've been doing my manicures at home. I actually was not taking care of my nails at all for the longest time. Ever since I stopped going to the salon years ago, I just wasn't doing anything. I was not adding any color, and you don't have to add color, but like I wasn't even filing my nails, or like I would trim them, but I just wasn't making them very pretty. And so I started doing that a few months ago. And honestly, the down payment on that is so inexpensive. So I got like a UV light, and I got the alcohol pads and some nail buffers, all for less than $50, including nail color and top coat and all of that. So, and then the only cost after you get all of those things is just picking your colors. And if you want a different color every week, that could get expensive, but I mean, not compared to going to the salon every few weeks. I also started doing pedicures at home. I am not someone who ever had my toes done, which is crazy because I teach yoga, and like people are looking at I don't know if they're like looking at my toes, but like I don't have my socks on, and I'm like up there doing all these moves, and people are watching me, and I just did not care. I was just raw dogging it. But now I feel so much more confident having my toes done. And I just have one color I use on my toes. It's like a creamy, kind of like white color. And that honestly just boosts my confidence. I feel so put together when I have my toes done, my nails done, and the act of doing it is extremely pleasurable, I found. Like, I like to just like listen to a book, put on my headphones, do it, and it takes like maybe 20 to 30 minutes. It's not that long at all. And it's very relaxing. It puts me in the zone. There's just something that like is very mentally satisfying about doing my nails at home. I think the act of caring for yourself is not so much about like the results necessarily sometimes as it is just like showing yourself that you are taking care of yourself and giving yourself that love. The next thing I have is listening to my body and just moving the way that it is craving. So, as a yoga teacher, I find it one of the most challenging parts about it is that I don't really work out on my own that much anymore, which is um, really sad because I love to move my body. But when I teach my classes, I'm not necessarily, I mean, I'm demoing everything, so I am moving my body and I'm getting that movement in. But it's just different. Teaching is different than like going to a class yourself or working out yourself. And so sometimes I'm so tired from teaching, I don't really have the energy to work out for myself. And so I've gotten like this half workout in. I don't know. But I've been trying to move my body the way that it craves. And so I alternate between doing weights. I've been adding in weighted mobility. So instead of just doing like a regular mobility routine, I've been following Julia Rappel on YouTube for years now, and she started doing these weighted mobility series. I think you might have to subscribe, like, and be a member of her channel to get it, but I do that. So I've been getting those, and it's been so much fun. I've been really challenged because it's not just weights like rows and squats and stuff, it's like really creative use of weights. And so it's moving your body in a way that it's not used to and adding weights. So that's been really fun. And then I also, of course, do yoga. Um, it's part of being a yoga teacher is like I'm never just doing yoga for myself. I'm always trying to get ideas. Even if I do go with the intention of doing it for self-care for myself, I'm always like, half working because I'm like, oh, I liked that transition. I need to write that down really quick. Or I really like what she said here and that cue. And I like this wind down or this stretch or whatever. Like, I need to add that into my practice. And so sometimes I almost find myself avoiding yoga because I'm like, I don't want to work. But it is a double whammy because then I get a workout or, just a relaxing mental reset and I get that work done as well. So, another thing I've been doing is daily walks. I do usually a walk in the morning around like 7 a.m. when the sun comes up, or I do an evening walk. It really just depends on my schedule for the day. Sometimes I've been doing midday walks because I realize I get so much more vitamin D, but it is quite a bit hotter. So, yeah, just moving my body in any way that it is craving and just not being like super dogmatic about what type of movement I'm doing. Just getting my body moving. The one thing I am a little strict on is my daily walks because I do feel a big difference mentally if I go on my walk versus when I don't. And sometimes I don't feel like going on a walk, but if I push myself to go on a walk, I feel so much better. And I have actually doubled my steps. I don't know. I don't have my phone on and I don't have a watch at work. So I get plenty of steps in there. But as far as the steps I get outside of work, I have doubled those within the last 4 weeks versus what I did last month. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. And I just feel so much sharper when I go for walks. I feel so much more creative. Sometimes I listen to music or a podcast, sometimes I don't. I really, really love listening to the birds chirp. And I live right by this bike trail. So I've been going there and just like surrounding myself with trees every day. And it's gorgeous and it's just like a little mental reset every day. So, obviously, moving your body is very important for just self care in general, but I think emphasizing moving the way that my body is craving is really honing in on my intuition and validating my intuition. And that is part of the glow up as well. When I'm connected to my intuition, I make better choices for myself, slash, more aligned choices, and I'm able to show up more authentically as myself. The last thing I have on my list is sleeping early and waking up early. So, I teach a 5:30 a.m. yoga class, so oftentimes I wake up at 4 to 4:30 in the morning, which means I need to go to bed around 9 p.m. if I want a good sleep, which is kind of really limiting. But if you think of it that way, but once you get used to it, which I've been doing it for at least 8 months now. So I'm kind of used to it. It is limiting and it is kind of it's if it's a little sad sometimes when I think, oh my gosh, it's already bedtime and I've only had a couple of hours to do the things I want to do after work. But then I get the beautiful morning and I have so much more energy in the morning. I have so much more optimism and I'm just happier and I get more stuff done. Feel a lot more creative. So I'm definitely like a morning person now, I can say. I don't wake up at 4 every day, but I am used to waking up a lot earlier. Today I slept in, quote unquote, until like 6:30. But um, yeah, I feel just so much better when I go to sleep early and I wake up early. The point really is to just get enough sleep. And if that means going to bed earlier, that is what's going to get you to your goal of having more sleep because sleep does so many great things for the body and for your skin and for your mental health and your mind. And yeah, so I've been having this very holistic, full external and internal glow up over the last 4 weeks, and I am just going to continue doing that. Oh, I forgot to mention I've been whitening my teeth as well. I just did a couple of sessions, and I'm literally just using Crest white strips. I have bought this stuff from the dentist in the past, which works really well. But the Crest white strips have really good reviews and they're literally half the price. So that's what I've been doing for my glow up the last couple of months. And I will just continue with these good habits and routines. And I'm going to obviously add into my skincare. I'm going to add in, really want to try some new products too. Like, there's a Mika hair mask that I really want to try. If you guys have any product recommendations, please leave those down in the comments. I have been consuming all the Glow Up content, so I have a huge list going of like things I want, but like don't necessarily need, but like I will get to them because I want to try all the things. So, thank you guys for listening. If you made this far, definitely like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I will chat with you soon.